Happy Monday. We're going to talk about the alternative to tracking calories and points today, points with Weight Watchers or any kind of system like that. With the caveat being, just want to make sure we're live. Okay. Type live if you can see me, if you're jumping on with us live today on this fine Monday, or type replay if you happen to be in the future and you're watching this on tape delay or replay. So let's get the caveat out of the way first. When I start a diet, the first thing I do is often track calories. And I treat my client app for myself as a client, and that's really the thing that makes the biggest difference for me. Now, we're going to proceed without that today, but I will say if it's something you can implement into your life, it's going to be the best thing for you if you've got a time-sensitive goal and you want to eliminate the room for error. That said, today we're going to talk about the alternative, the portion system. Now, this isn't something I created or invented. I guess Precision Nutrition would have been the first place where we kind of started to develop systems around hand size and visualizing your meals and making it still fit into a weight loss plan. All right, so this is where you require no calorie counting, and if you do things right, you should lose belly fat, you should lose inches. Derek, welcome. If you're on live, type live. Let's get that going. Let's get the algorithm out there so your friends and family, well, people in my network at least, can see this, can share it with more people and get the message out there. It's a Monday. That's when diets start and people are motivated. So let's capitalize on that. So first off, this is your plate. And in the top left-hand corner, we've got your proteins. Yes, and in fact, it should actually take up a bit more space. But for the purposes of this visualization, we're going to keep it up here. 2 palms is generally the rule of thumb there. A palm is maybe 3-4 ounces of cooked meat. So that's a lot. But on a diet, protein is so critical. And there's a reason for that. This chicken scratch in the corner here. Those who ate a diet of at least 25% of their calories from protein ate 240 calories less per day than those who were only eating 15% or less. So the ones that weren't filling up on protein had 240 calories more of snack food, snacky stuff, because they were unsatisfied. So over the course of a year, that could be 2 pounds, potentially a month, 24 pounds a year. Simple math, right? Difference of 24 pounds from those who made protein a priority on their diet. SJ, Sarah Jane, welcome. Current client, you know the deal here. We want you tracking calories, but this is the alternative. In this corner, I like to call it produce, but to differentiate the two, we're going to go with veggies. You know what a veggie is and what it means to you on a diet. So 2 fists, generally, of cooked vegetables is going to help fill you up. It's packed full of vitamins and micronutrients, and it's got to be kind of a staple on a diet. Doesn't mean every single time you sit down you're going to have veggies, but maybe roast up a pan full on a Sunday so you can just throw it in with your lunches and kind of fill out that quadrant, right? It's a good decision. All right. Now we go up to the top right-hand corner, and that is your starches, your carbs, and depending on where you're at, how much weight you have to lose, how active you are, this is sort of a flawed system, to be honest with you. Sean, welcome. Dusty. But generally speaking, 1 handful of rice, potato, whatever, is going to fall in line, limit your carbs automatically so that you don't overeat them, because it's very easy to overeat tasty carbs. Most people probably can get away with more if they're strength training and exercising, but that's sort of that baseline. You start with that, see how your body responds. It's never going to feel like enough, but you're dieting right now, you have to make some sacrifices, and that's one of the areas we usually sacrifice. Kathy D, welcome. Sean, on live, type live. Come on, give me that algorithm love. Zuckerberg will share this with more people. F, now this is kind of a large space, but again, it's for the purposes of this visualization. That is your fats, your dietary fats. Now, if you're getting fat from your protein source, you shouldn't be adding more fat. So that's generally why I tell people to maybe make red meat a 3 times a week thing. and default to your lean turkeys and chickens and egg whites, etc. Because you can add up in the fat department if you're eating lean beef. It's not lean. You could go through my client monther at Food Fair and get 95% lean beef. Sure, you could do that. But store-bought stuff, 20%, it's a lot of fat. It adds up in the calories. So best to limit that. Now, where this comes in is sort of your cooking oils. We generally say 1 thumb in our program. We like to keep the fat to a minimum because very easy to take 1 spoonful of peanut butter and think it's 1 serving when it's 3 or 4, and 300 calories right there, and you're kind of sabotaging your diet unknowingly. So fat should be the one you kind of keep under wraps, and you just add enough, just a taste, to add some, taste to the meal. So 1 thumb is usually a teaspoon or tablespoon of your oils, your peanut butters, that kind of thing. All right, so you do that. I typically recommend 4 square meals if you're going in the system, and you'll still be well within your calorie limit in most cases when you base it off your hand size. All right, so that's a decent starting point. If you want our 4x4 food prep method we use, that kind of fits in with this, just type in food prep below, and I'll send you off that little cheat sheet we use. Again, for clients like Pierre, we do want you tracking calories because it's a much more foolproof system. But this is in a pinch. You're at a restaurant, or you just can't be bothered to prep, or maybe you're in the very early stages and you just want something to get started with. This is a pretty simple solution to at least get your feet wet, lose a few pounds, and get some momentum going in the right direction. All right. Jason's on live. Very good. So there's that. Hopefully that helps. I think we're coming up on our 5-minute limit. But if you want the food prep system we use, certainly mention it below, and I can send it over to you, no strings attached. All right. Have a good week. Happy Monday. Mondays are where diets get started, right? So might as well use that momentum in your favor. All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll be back here again tomorrow, 5 minutes or less, every day between 10:30 and 11:30, depending on schedule. All right.